Hello and welcome. We're going to be continuing our Django project. We are working on Polestars, a simple Django web application that can collect polls, ask simple questions, and collect the answers, similar to the polls that you normally see when you go online. And that's what we are doing. We've done some certain things. This polls app is actually on the Django website. That is the primary application that was created there. So to continue, I'm going to quickly share my screen. Okay. So please, sorry for starting late. We had a little network issue, and that is what caused the late starting. So like we all know, we are taking our lectures from what they have in their website at djangoprojects.com. We are looking at the documentation, writing your first Django app. So we looked at part 1 and part 2, and all of us are very good with that. So today we're going to look at part 3. So immediately after creating this simple app in Django, we should be able to start developing our own projects in Django. That's the essence. So I want us to, from this simple app, understand the concepts. And what we did first was that we created a a folder. We called it Django. Then in this folder, we were able to install our Django by doing Django admin, by doing Python, and we did the pip install for Django. After that, we did Django admin start project Polestar. Then afterwards, we then ran our run server to start the development server to see what this application looks like. Then after that, we now started the first app, which is the Pole app, because we say that in Django, Django see websites as web application that has component apps inside them. So the Polestar is the web application. The Poles is the app inside. If you're going to have a blog, you're going to also say Django admin start app blog. If you're going to have profile, you're designing a social media, you're supposed to have profile for each person. You're supposed to say Django admin start app profile. You're designing a Twitter-like project, which is what I want us to build after this. You're supposed to also do Django start project tweets. So that tweet is going to house what goes on when somebody, the tweeting page that is going to have, when somebody tweets something and you like, dislike, and do all those things. So all those are component apps. That is why Django is so powerful. So today we're going to continue from part 3. And in this part 3, we're going to work on our view.py and be able to bring in different views. You remember the last one we did, when we created the pose view, it was simply saying a one line of statement. So we're going to try to develop on that view so that that view will look better. So if you read out what is written here, we have that a view is a type of web page in your Django application that generally serves as a specific function and has a specific template. For example, in your blog application, you might have the following views. You might have a blog homepage, which displays the latest few entries. You can also have what we call the detail page, which is a palm link page for a single entry. That means when you click on a single entry, just like you have in a blog, it leads you to the complete story, isn't it? So you can also have your year-based archive pages. You can have month-based archive pages. You can have day-based. All these are different kinds of views that we will build. So we're going to start off with one so that we'll learn about it. Then in our poll application, which we've already created because we did Django admin startup polls inside the Polestar. So in our poll application, we'll have the following 4 views. So we're going to have a view called the question index page, which displays the latest few questions. You guys already created the questions in the model, isn't it? So those questions are going to be displayed in the what? Index page, question index page. That's one view. Then we're also going to have the question detail page. Once you now click on one single question, you should be able to see the choices because the details will come out. Is that clear? So that's the second kind of view that we're going to be creating. Then thirdly, we have the question results page, which displays results for a particular question. And also vote action, which handles voting for a particular choice. So these 4 views, we are going to try to create them today. That's what we're going to be doing, so that we'll learn how to use templates to create pages using HTML and other ways, so that our views will look fine. So in Django, web pages and other contents are delivered by views. Like I've told you, it's through the views. That's what you create. That's what people see. You understand? If you format a very good HTML and paste it inside the view, when somebody goes to your view, you will see something that is different, that looks better. And that is what we are going to try doing today. Okay. So that is it for that. So you can see now where we have writing more views. Can you see writing more views? So it's under what? Posts and insert slash what? Views.py, isn't it? So very simple. You know what to do. Do we know what to do? We simply copy that. And then we go to our what? VS Code. We go to the views under post.py. So this is our post app. This is view.py under post app, isn't it? So we'll click there and we'll paste it there. That's the first thing. But you know that after creating the view, if you don't link up to the URL, will you see it? You will not see it, isn't it? So the URL.py is like your what? Your URL.py is like your ahref in normal HTML, isn't it? So let's paste the view. Then we'll go to our URL.py and link it up. Very simple processes. So once you master this process, you see that it is actually very simple. So please, my VS Code is coming up. I opened a lot of applications, so it's taking time to come up. But it will soon come up. So people that are just joining now, please do what I just said. Please just open a Django project website and go to document. We are in part 3. Understand? So there's a simple code there that we want to use. We want to create more views so that our slash post will not look very simple. We want it to look more rich. Yeah. Okay. Who has done it? Okay, somebody has done it already before me. Who else? Okay, Kashmir has also done it. So once you do it, you just wait more. I'll show you how to link it up on the URL. Once you link it up on the URL, it starts working. Very simple. So in the Twitter-like app that we'll be creating after this, we are going to be using Bootstrap. So we'll do small introduction to Bootstrap. Bootstrap is CSS, HTML, and JavaScript that are brought together by a very good, wonderful team, making it very easy for you to spin up very good-looking page. Very, very easy for you to do that. So we're going to be looking at that. Like I said, don't take anything very serious or to be difficult. The more we do it, the more you find out that it's actually very easy to build out an application using Django. Don't let the few things that we've done initially scare you. So this is my view.py. You can see what is showing there is the what? Hello, Django develop. That's the simple line that we saw, isn't it? So I'm going to select all of it because I want to delete everything. Because the code I'm bringing already has the from Django HTTP for HTTP response. You understand? That's why you're removing everything that you have there so far. Then doing Control-V to paste what you copied from the other side. Okay. Okay, so I don't actually have those imports. We don't have it, but check please. If you don't have it, please don't remove it. Only remove the first. Just add up what you just copied. That's the best thing. Add up. So I'm gonna do Control-Z because I thought I had it, but we don't have it. So I haven't done Control-Z to bring it back. So I just press the Enter key 2 times, get back my cursor and paste. So I'm leaving it up. You can see what I just did. Let's move very slow so that we can see. You can look at, are you seeing my page there? Ahmed, are you seeing my page? Good. So just paste down there so that we'll now have 4 views. Okay, and it's actually 4 views from the read up that we did before we started. Is it not 4 views? Index is already created in the previous. So these are the other 4 views that they told us that we needed to have detail, result, and what? Vote. You understand? So all these views are still simple, using simple HTTP response. You understand? But the further one we'll do later, we will now use HTML. But this is to show you that you can have different views in one view.py concerning the same topic. So please, everybody do that. So let's do Control S to save this if you've done it. Please, if everybody have done that, you people will let me know so that we can move forward. Have we done that? Okay, so you see the next code there from Django.util. This code is going into the URL. Like I said, once you write the view, you need to connect the view with the URL. So I'm going to pick up this next code. Then I go back. The URL we are going to is the URL that is inside post, not the main URL, not the main URL, the one that is inside post. Isn't it? So I'm going to paste. I'm going to copy and paste. I'll remove everything that was there, paste this new thing, and I'll save. So what is happening in this URL is that we imported path and we imported views because we want to show the views from this URL. So the path is what is helping us connect the views. So the first one is connecting the first view that we have, index view, isn't it? The second one is connecting the detail view. The third one is connecting the results. And the fourth one is connecting the votes. It's as simple as that. So you save. Please, if everybody have done that, let me know. Okay, so having done that, you see the next line says writing views that actually do something. If you go back to the text that we are following, writing views that actually do something. Each view is responsible for doing one or two things, which includes returning HTTP response objects containing the content for the requested page and raising an exception such as 404. That is if you are not able to see the page. You know, they normally, who knows about 404, who has got a page, okay? So it's either it's returning a page or it's showing 404, you understand? So all these ones are just returning HTTP functions that are directed to a simple line. But like I said, in further, we are going to bring in HTML to make it look better. Okay, your view can read records from database. You understand? Your view can just be getting information about the questions, which is one of the views that we wrote. One is not question, one is result. So they're actually fetching data from your models. That's one thing your view can do. Your view can also be a template like HTML, showing very beautiful client-side views. Is that clear? So we also try this out. So your view can read records from database or not. It can use a template system such as Django or a third-party Python template system or not. It can generate PDF files, output XML, create zip file on a fly. Anything you want using whatever Python library you want. All Django wants is that HTTP response or an exception. Because it's convenience, let's use Django own database API, which we covered in tutorial 2. Here, one step of a new index view, which displays the latest 5 poll questions in the system, separated by commas, according to publication detail, okay? So we are going to modify that now. So see the simple modification that I will do. You know, we already have index, def index, the function index on our view, isn't it? Do we know where we have the function index in our view? So let's replace it with this now. Is that clear? But make sure that you import question from models so that you can see it. So let me quickly copy this question. Okay, let me go from here. Please, can you see what I'm copying? Class, did you see what I picked? I picked import dot models from dot models import question, isn't it? Because I want to show the questions on this my view now. Then I pick the index. Or better still, I can just copy everything so that when I get here, I can paste it on top. So when I get to the views.py, can you see this up? Just from here up, I'm replacing it. Control V. Okay. So that is what I'm having now. So I'm going to do Control S to save. So he's able to do that. Was able to do that. Was able to do that. Okay, man. Okay. So I think it's about time we run it and see what it looks like because the next thing now we are going to create a template that will use the HTML now. Abi, you can see it. So the next text is HTML. So please let's just run this one, see the way it looks. Then we'll go off and come back and do the HTML that will make it look fine. Are we together? So having done this, what do we do now? Let's simply run our run server and get to this and see it. So if you've done everything that I've done and you've saved your work, you've done everything that I've done and you've saved your work, simply cd into poster, cd into poster, and simply say what? Python manager. There's another way that you can use in doing this Python manager. You can say /manage.py run server. That's another way of saying it. .py manage /manage.py, but you can still use your manage.py the way you know it. But this is a shortcut to it. /manage.py run server. Some of them do the same thing. So do your Python manage.py.run server. So let's run the server so that we'll go to our this thing. You understand? /index. That's where we're going to now. /index. So where are we going to? This is how you know where we're going to. If you click on your url.py, the bigger url.py, we can go to post/index. Okay, so you can see it's running now. So I'm gonna copy this. Oh, sorry, I just quit. Let me run it again. Yes. Yeah. Did it show? I'll just show you. Go to /post and see first. So Control V. Okay, /post/. So /post/ even without index will take you to index. This was it showing you. I think there's there. Okay, showing you the questions. Right? Yeah, that's what it's supposed to show. But my own is not even showing me. So I don't know where my error is from, but I'll check it out. But you're only showing you questions. Perfect. So once you're there, you're okay. Please, everybody, make sure you're seeing the questions. I have to check my own back and see what the error is. Okay. Yeah. How many is it showing you? Yeah. It's okay with 5. Yes. Okay. I've done that as well. Okay. So please, you're only showing you questions, but it's showing you questions. Okay. I will have to rectify my own. So when we join back now, we will have to look at the using HTML templates. So please, everybody, make sure you do the same thing, have the same thing, so that we can use HTML template. So once we do that for HTML templates, we're almost done with this very one. So maybe by tomorrow, we need to start the main application immediately. Abby?